Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. 1 second. 1 second. No, whatever. Facebook is not going live. So, hi guys. This is Gato Divino at the studio at Mystic Spirit. So basically, I just wanted to let you know today we start the Kiki Hour with Gato Divino. So, I'm sorry, technical difficulties. But besides that, I just wanted to say this is Goddess Isis.
Hello.
My first guest. She's from Jersey, Patterson, right?
Patterson. 973.
So it's just one of those things that we're going to have a couple of questions and we'll see where it goes from there. Basically, I just wanted to say hi. And basically, the Kiki Hour came about. I have a fascination with drag queens. I'm not a stalker or anything like that. I love RuPaul Drag Race. I love all the divas there. But it was just one of those things that regular people just get boring. And I feel that drag queens just bring a different personality, a different flavor into life. It's an art. I consider a drag queen just an art. I've done it a couple of times, but I've never found... I always wanted a drag mother so they could just give me the push. But you never know. I'll put that out in the universe. So basically, how this is going to go about is I'm going to ask Goddess Isis a couple of questions, and she can ask me questions. It's going to be a conversation, and then from there, it's going to be I'll read her. And if there's anything that you don't want, you can say a safe word. Let's say pork chop.
I'll never use it.
Okay, so, but there's certain things that...
I'm free, let's do it.
Okay, let's do this.
Always down.
So, Goddess Isis, how did you go about drag?
So, about 9 years ago, I ended up going to a club in the city, Rush, I think it's called. Yeah, it was back to 2000, I think 8 or 2007 was the first time I ended up going to a club. I saw a drag performer. I was like, oh my god, what is this? I could dance. I feel like I could be in a crowd. I could be in a crowd, not be scared, and let's see, what it really is. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try. Gave it a try this one time at Esco's.
Okay.
Escolita in NYC.
Yes, I know.
And I felt good. I didn't get red. People were hitting on me. I was like, okay, maybe this is something I could do. It feels right. And then I started to learn how to make my costumes, and I went to cosmetology school to learn how to do hair. I got into skincare and started to learn how to do my own makeup. And then from there, it was just like, you know what? If I have all of these talents, what can I? I was good at everything, and I just figured how could I bring it all together and be productive, do something productive, not just be good at all these little things. And I just started doing drag little by little, hanging out with people, going to clubs, and just experimenting. And time, it took time, but I just ended up developing into what I felt what I wanted to represent.
Cool.
Yeah, so it was just it started out cute, let's do some things and perform, but now it turned out into who do you want to represent, what do you want to bring to this world? So
by you going there, what is your type of drag? Because you know how there's so many different types. There's the gothic drag, there's the divas, the pageants.
Yes.
So who are you?
I am not in a category.
Oh,
I
cool.
I don't like to feel I don't like to box myself into anything. So I like to just have my moments. So if I feel I want to be androgynous and be hairy and mustache and beard and glitter, I'll just go for that. Or if I really feel I want to be glamorous and completely, done, big hair, beautiful, then I'll go for that. It just really depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. So I take things day by day. I tell you, I literally live it.
So by you saying that she is a
moment
beautiful drag queen, I even acknowledged that when you first walked in.
Thank you.
So another question, because this is interesting, because you know how RuPaul Drag Race is such a big thing.
Yes.
And I consider RuPaul Drag Race America Next Top Model meets Project Runway. Can you make your own outfits?
Every single thing I have on.
Really?
From my hair from my hair down to my toes.
Also, if
I made
she
this
ever
head to toe.
participated, she's ready to kick ass.
In a heartbeat.
That's beautiful.
I'm like, there is no doubt in my mind. Like, in a heartbeat, I'm waiting for the call. That's all it is.
And how? Oh,
that's how.
Okay.
That's how.
And I just got chills by that. So, just a question. So, what you call it? How did you come up with your name?
So for a while, my name, I started out as Evie Lorenzo.
Okay.
Basically, like, one of my friends, her name was Evilise. So I was just like, for some reason, that name just stuck to me. I was like, Evie, like, I don't know, just Evie Lorenzo. It just felt smooth. It felt right. I was just like, okay, it worked. For a few years, my name was Evie Lorenzo. Literally after like 6 years, and almost every single person calling me Ivy. Every single person. Anywhere I went, if they contacted me when I did a pageant, Ivy Lorenzo, that's a complete different person. Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
who
me.
you are.
So I ended up like, okay, I want to be, so I was like, you know what, Evilise. You can't mess up Evilise. We're going to extend that Evilise. Love it, beautiful. And then I ended up stopped doing drag. My grandmother passed away, and then
my condolences.
Thank you. It was a while ago, a few years ago, and I was in like transition of just losing my job like a month before she passed away. Car just broke down. She's gone. I was living with her. Had to do all this stuff. So in that transition, I was like, you know what? I can't do drag. It's not in my cards. This is not the time. It's just not what it is. I need to get my shit together. A good 2 years went by, and just like little by little, I'm still going out, hanging out, have a lot of people, people in the scene, and go see shows and stuff like that. And it literally was just like something in the back of my head, like where are you? Like, it was something like that, like saying like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like this craving kind of thing, like this. I don't know how to. It was like this itch, this craving, this like desire, and it was just like literally, like I miss this thing, like I miss this person. I don't know what's going on, and I can't. I was like, I just can't not do it. So I don't know. I just like really just like soul searched, and I prayed, and I like X'd people out, and I stayed by myself a lot, and I just did like a lot of research, and coming more into like my spirituality, I was like, really, really deep into like ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses and pharaohs, and I just love something about that. I love it. And I was like, in my head, always like, what, like, I'm gonna come back out, and it's something different about me. This feels different. It feels like a complete puzzle. It doesn't just feel like I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to learn that. What am I good at? What am I okay at? Like, things are put together, and it felt right for me. So I was like, what name is going to represent how I feel? Like, through everything, where it's like, I'm completely blind, I don't know what's going on, but what name represents that? And I was like, how much higher can you get than like Goddess Isis? Like, literally, I feel like you can't represent anything more powerful than to represent yourself as Goddess Isis, to the world.
And it's a beautiful name.
I agree. It's a beautiful name. It comes with an amazing, like legacy.
Yes.
Like just in this world from what, I don't want to say myth, but like mythology, I guess is a thing. I feel like I believe it.
I know. I believe in it.
They say it's myths, but for me, I don't want to say it's a myth because people don't believe it, but I believe it. So it's like, and I feel like I pray, and I meditate, and I really talk to myself, and I feel like I get answers like, this is right for you. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You need to represent something because you come from almost nothing. Now I'm not gonna say nothing, but you come from almost nothing. You're from the hood. You're from the ghetto, and you've gotten out of that, and you've struggled, and you've fought, and you've like tried to like figure out who you are and what you want to do, and what you can actually bring as like positivity into the world, and as like just being like genuinely a good person. Like, any little thing makes a difference in people's lives. It
does.
And people don't realize that, and a lot of people don't act on that. So I try to be that person where it's like, even in and out of drag, it's just like, I try to just be that person where it's like, you know what? You got me, I got you. You feel me? Like, we're good. Like, I'm never gonna try to like bring somebody down or try to like intentionally like cause some like negativity into people's lives and stuff like that, because I try to treat people the way that I expect to be treated and spoken to and respected. So
Of course.
yeah.
And just no, it's okay. And also, I just want to let everyone know that we do have audience members, and one of my audience member is Divine Diva, and I think she has a question.
It wasn't a question, it was a comment when she was talking. I said to him, our other audience member, I said, awakening is what she had. Like she had an awakening.
That's what it was.
Yeah, she had a traumatic moment that then made her go through her soul awakening.
And I think that happens to a lot of spiritual people, metaphysical people. We
Absolutely.
get awakened. And as you're sharing your story about Goddess Isis, ironically, I praise Bassett. Hence,
Right.
Gato
Yes.
Divino.
Yes.
Divine Kitty, Divine Cat. And the Egyptian mythology, or whatever you want to call it, yes, it did exist. And it's just one of those things, it's a beautiful thing, and we'll see where it goes from there. But it's just one of those things that it built layers for us. And it's like stepping stones for us. So it's just basically one of those things that it's a beautiful thing. So do you have any questions for me?
Not yet.
Okay. So where do you perform?
So I perform all over the place. Recently, I've just been like trying to do like a lot more like social media things and like videos and just doing things that I feel like are just genuine to me and like really feel like me. So I'm a very like lip sync kind of person. So
Okay.
I love artists like her. I love artists like Anita Baker. I love artists like Beyonce, but not not Beyonce, but like artists that sing and like give you rhythm and passion and actually use their voice as a complete instrument rather than just expressing words. Lettucey is another like amazing artist. Like I love her. She has a certain song that she does like scatting and everything, and it's sickening. I'm that kind of person. So I love to just like lip sync. I'll give you a pure freaking lip sync, also dancing and all that extra shit. But
Talking about that, I saw a couple of videos on your Instagram where you're tagged at. You're an amazing performer.
thank you.
So it's just one of those things. I see the talent, I see the passion, because this is the thing with drag queens. Some of them have the passion, and some of them just do it because they do it,
Yes.
or just because they're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I'm giving any shades to any drag queens out there,
that's true.
but you can tell the difference between drag queens by what they give, and you
Yeah.
come from the heart. I can tell
Yeah.
you that much.
Everything is a moment for me. It's not about just doing it, and it's not. Also, another thing is not. I was doing it. I realized I was doing drag for everybody else. So I would specifically be like, okay, well, if I'm going to this club, I need to do a Spanish song, or they're not gonna live for me, and they're not gonna do this stuff. And then it would just be a struggle in my head, like I don't want, this is not what I want to do. This is not what I'm feeling. This is not for me, like certain things. And I was always doing that, and that's another thing that I really was like, I'm being authentic to myself. Period. Like, what I feel is right and what I feel is gonna work, I go for it. And if people accept it, they amazing. If they don't, they're also good. They're gonna remember it, even if they don't accept it. Like,
But technically, how I feel is that you're living up to your name. You're being a goddess.
I feel you.
No, but that's a beautiful thing. It's like you're really embracing who you are as an individual, and it's just one of those things that it's just an amazing thing that if you could be that persona, because technically it's a persona. Gato Divino is a persona.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that once we live that persona, no matter what you come at us with, it's like, you know what, whatever, I'm Gato Divino, you're Goddess
Yes.
Isis, and that's it.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, there's the door, bye-bye. And if not, you're going to love us.
Exactly. And I'm just being me,
Yeah?
I'm not filtering, I'm not sugarcoating, I'm not changing or doing things for people's acceptance. Except for one person's acceptance.
No, that's understandable.
We know who that is.
But it's just one of those things that I just got it. I'm like, okay. but it's
one
just
person in
yeah.
LA.
But it's just one of those things. It's you're living your true self, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So, you know how everyone has an inspiration for drag queen. Who's your inspiration, or who's a drag queen that, not that you idol, but it's like, you know what? She's cute.
For me, my drag inspiration, honestly, is not really fully from drag, because I only got into drag, like when I started doing drag, I wasn't inspired from other drags, because I think when I started Drag Race was out, but it wasn't like I wasn't doing drag because of Drag Race. It was like I was doing it because I had already started and I was enjoying it, and then Drag Race was like, oh damn, an opportunity now, like, you know, now I need to get my stuff together.
Yeah.
But really, my mom, like,
cool.
My mom, like, out of all people, like, she's my mom is like the living version of Goddess, like the biological version of Goddess, to be really honest. Like, my mom is very outspoken and colorful and bright and in your face and like funny and just like energetic and everything, like all of that. Plus, my mom loves colors and she loves flowy and she loves glitter and she loves sequins and she loves hair, and I'm literally just like I'm just like a more dramatic version of my mother, like in everything. Because I really feel like if you were to meet my mom, you would really understand. Like personalities, everything. It's just like a little bit older version of me.
But what I'm getting is like you're being a reflection of
Yes.
what she puts out to the universe.
Yes.
And how
Like
you said it.
yes, her light is from me. Like it's like her light. She gives so much to me, and like so much of her energy, and like to like really to make sure that I'm good, and like and my sister are good. So I can't help but to just try to give that back out.
And I feel you
because
amplify
I feel like that's,
it.
Yeah, because I feel like I have to, because at the end of the day, this to me is a job. Like I love drag and it's a passion, but it's an opportunity for me to be able to create something for her, you know, for myself, but also for her. So that energy that I get from her, I make sure I put that out, because I know that deserves more than what she has now.
And if people want to contact you for like gigs or whatever, how can they contact you?
So you can contact me. I have a website, goddessisisnj.com. I have all of my social media on there. Also Facebook, Goddess Isis, or Wade Lorenzo. That's my male Facebook. Instagram _ Goddess Isis _ and that's it. I think I have a Twitter, but I can't remember. It's my Twitter.
I'm still trying to get the handle with Twitter. I'm like, I'll stay with Instagram. I'll stay with Facebook.
Yeah, I just scroll through it. I can't.
But Instagram is a good format of getting noticed too.
Yes.
Especially with the
Building
hashtags.
fans.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's not talk about followers. I'm traumatized by followers, because one day you could be at 600, the next morning you'll wake up, you're at 500, and you're like, what did I do wrong? And it's not what you did wrong, it's just basically that's how Instagram works.
They just delete one.
Yeah.
I know.
It's because they want you to follow them, and then you follow them. But Divine Diva told me about a app, Reports
Insta
Plus,
report. Insta
that'll let
reports.
you know who deletes you, and you can unfollow them.
Yeah, it's
So
very
it's
very
shady,
helpful.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
I
It's
to be
necessary,
really
yeah.
honest, I don't focus with everything in my life. I feel like with Instagram, it's like, if you love me, you're gonna want to be a part of the experience.
Of course.
You know. If not, eventually you're not gonna have a choice but to see me, because I'm gonna be around.
You're gonna
because
pay
I'm gonna be
people to do
around.
that.
So
You're gonna be so good. You're gonna pay people to do that.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
But
I love her.
so I don't know. What else? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So when you decided to fully do a drag out, out in the world, did you worry about how people as in like your family, were going to perceive you?
So, I go through this a lot with my friends. I've gotten so lucky. I've gotten so lucky that two of my uncles went to Juilliard.
Wow.
And they're also three of them are gay.
Wow.
Two of them went to Juilliard. One of them owns a rehab in LA. So there, when I tell you, I literally just like, it was just like, welcome to the club!
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, like,
Oh,
we're all
God.
dancers, and we're this, and we're queens, and we're life. So my family was like the most accepting, amazing, like, my mom's side of the family, like, my dad's side is from Virginia. They're really awesome as well, but I don't like know them as much.
Mhm.
But my mom's side of the family, it literally was just like,
That's awesome.
come on, like,
And that,
come
I'm
on,
sure
like,
that helped you be who
bring it
you
in.
are.
it helps me
out
to-
here,
it
but you
helps
don't have
me
to do it at home.
Be very comfortable
Yeah.
with myself.
Yeah,
Like
you
even
didn't have to fake
when
it
I was
home.
younger. Like even when I was younger.
Absolutely.
My family never made me question who I was. Like my family never made me feel bad about anything.
Right.
Anything. Like nothing. Like it was never like, oh well you're gay or you're doing this. Like my family was like, okay, he likes Barbies, cool. Like he's cutting their hair and making the outfits, okay, well give them to Tiffany. Like why not? Like my family was never like anything crazy. And even now, like they come to my shows, like my grandmother, my uncles when they come from Cali and
Oh, that's
in
beautiful.
Florida.
That's beautiful.
Yes, whenever they come to my shows. They do like some sequin like belts or like thick pieces of something, and I'll buy like 5 of them or
You
6
see
of
the
them.
vision, and then you put it together.
Not even. I'll just buy it and I'll be like, oh my god, I know I'm gonna
I'm
like
in
this
shock.
for something. And I literally will buy things like just be cheap, spend like $20-$30, have it in my house for like 6-7 months, and then I'll just be like, oh my god, I could do
Blah, blah.
this
Blah, blah,
if
blah.
I had this, and then I'll be like, oh wait, I think I have some of this stuff, and it'll be like, okay, so I have this, and then I also have this from another project, and I can
She's
just
a
like
gifted like
I
maker.
it is all like
she makes
inspiration, like
outfits
Good.
everything,
from
like
head to
even
toe.
this,
That's,
like
amazing.
this. It was just like I've had this.
Like, she
I had this shirt for like
sells, like,
6-7 years.
wow.
And then I was just like, I love that. I wanted some like leather kind of feel, and like I just like put the mirrors on it, and I was like, you
It
know what, I
works.
live like, but like I was just like, I just had the mirrors randomly, had the shirt randomly, altered it, cut it up, did
And you
everything.
made it work.
Yeah. I just like, it's just a feel, it's just like, I just gotta be, for me, I have to be inspired. I have to like feel that moment, like feel like what it is going to be, because when I go into a lot of things, I don't have them completely planned out.
Yeah, but it's fabulous. That's all I have to say.
I feel like it gives you like the real moment. Like it just gives you like a real moment. Like if you have something completely planned out and over, yeah, things may be like beautiful and perfect, but you don't get the true like essence of it. Like
I get that.
that's
But
what
I am gonna repost that video that she showed me about that beautiful crown. You look like a goddess right there.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it on Twitter since I do know how to use Twitter.
Okay, you have to teach me, Divine Diva. You have to
I'm
give me a
gonna retweet
tutorial
it.
about Twitter because
Okay.
Me too, because I still don't know.
I'm like 160 words. I like to talk.
I just put pictures. I just
It's
post
not
pictures
even
on there.
words,
Like,
it's characters. It's characters, not
Characters.
words. It's
Oh,
160
sorry.
characters.
160
even less.
characters.
So it's even less
But this
words.
is Instagram. Let's
Yeah.
get back to Instagram. So, is anyone asking questions on Instagram?
I am checking. A lot of people are saying hi.
Hello, guys from Instagram. I'm sorry we had technical difficulties with Facebook, but whatever. This is an Instagram live. So, I really love your energy. Like, it's just beautiful.
Thank you.
And you're a beautiful person, and it's just I'm just blessed right now because she gave me an opportunity to make my dream a reality. So that's a beautiful thing.
We do have a question.
Okay, what's the question? From who?
From Coquette.
Oh, hi, Coquette, number 4.
Number 4.
How do you
Yeah.
overcome negativity?
Really?
It's for me or for you?
Both of us. Negativity exists all the time. So it's for me, it's like whatever. Like nothing phases me. And that's my confidence. I love having confidence. What do you say? God, it's ISIS.
It really depends on the situation. If it's like a personal situation when it comes to family, things do get to me. But I'm the kind of person where I need to express how I feel right then and there, and I need time to like leave. Give me like a good 2 hours, and I need to go off and be nasty and get crazy with myself, and then I get over it immediately.
Oh,
I
you're
literally
lucky.
just like I need to like as soon as I get it out, and I just like I get out the frustration or the anger or the craziness. I literally forget about things. Like, I'll go back, oh, hey, what's up? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like,
No,
I
I'll
really
punch you
don't
in
care.
the face. That's a different story.
No, I
take
have
it
to
personal.
I have to get things off my chest. So like I'll call my boyfriend and be like, and I'll just go off and I'll just be like going off for like half an hour. Then I'll get off the phone with him and I'll be like, whew, okay, I feel better. Like, okay, well let's finish off.
Do you have any other drag performances coming soon?
Unfortunately not
Okay.
yet.
Putting it out.
Yes,
to the
we're gonna put it
universe.
out there. We're gonna get some bookings.
You will.
You know, get this coin up.
Points.
Coins,
Points.
honey.
Coins.
So, but not yet though.
And we have another question posted here. This is from Quiero Monada.
Hi, Quiero Modada.
Hey.
Or I don't know. I can't see Instagram, so I really.
Oh,
Hi.
I'm sorry, Quiero Limonada.
Oh, limonada. Oh, they want
My bad,
lemonade.
apologies.
Okay.
What are your favorite ways to boost your confidence?
I would say mirror work for me personally, because you know what? It took a long time for me to feel even confident. I'll get on an Instagram live on another thing just to talk a little bit personal about me. My childhood wasn't the best, so it's just one of those things that after a while you just have to say, I don't give two shits, and it's all about me. Some people don't like that personality, but in all honesty, it works for me, and it got me where I'm here now. I don't know, what would you say, Goddess Isis?
Read the question one more time.
What are your favorite ways to boost your confidence?
My favorite way to boost my confidence is people, depending on what you're doing, people don't, okay, I learned this at work, right? When you're doing certain things, you're the expert. People can't question you on things. So even if you don't actually know what you're doing or what you're talking about, if you just fake it,
Fake it till you make it.
and you fake it, and you're like, well, and so, and this, like, a lot of people buy it, you know? Like, a lot of people buy that because a lot of people have insecurity. So a lot of people do buy confidence, and then it does sort of like automatically turn into just being like something comfortable. So where you're not forcing it, you just become comfortable with it because it becomes natural after all the time. Like, you just have to, I tell people all the time, you literally have to fake it. Like, you have to push yourself, and you have to just feel like you are everything, because no one has the right to make you feel any less.
When he asked that question, I heard "I woke up like this" by Beyonce. Like I thought that she was gonna say that. I feel like she was gonna say "I wake up like this."
So,
I
good question.
wish,
How
girl.
long does it take you to prepare?
It takes me now, oh goodness, I've gotten so quick now, about 2 hours.
Good.
Right?
That's
Compared
really
to
good.
like 4.5 it used to take
Yeah.
me.
It takes me 2 hours.
No, 4.5. And that's not shaving or anything. That was just makeup and getting dressed. Like, so now I can do everything like boom, 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 bam. Like, I don't know. It's right. And then also it really also depends on like what you're doing too, because I do smoke. So it's like if my friends are hanging out and like we're all like at my house and stuff like that, it's like
It takes
the time extends. Like,
Yeah.
If you're Kiki at
Pre-game,
home.
pre-game, Kiki
listen to
pre-game.
music,
Yes.
singing, like
It's
living
that
life. It takes time,
boosting
but I can get ready. Like if it was like a thing, I could get ready if it was like a challenge kind of situation in an hour, but comfortably to feel like happy with how my makeup was gonna turn out, because I'm very like particular. So it's like for me to be happy with how everything is gonna turn out, it'll a solid 2 hours.
Cool. Any other questions online?
Nothing
All
else.
right,
has
so
popped
that's
around,
cool.
right?
So should we get into the read?
I would love.
Okay, one
About
second.
that.
Let me get my cards. Are you ready?
I am.
Do you want me to change the angle?
No, it's good. We're good. They don't need to see what cards are there. So many nosy readers out there. So basically so this is what I do when I'm usually with a customer. I'm just cleaning out the energy of the cards. Then I'm going to give them to you, Goddess. And I just need you to shuffle. If there's anything that you want to know or whatever intentions, while you're shuffling them, just put them in. And then we'll go into the read.
Okay.
I'll just move your water over here.
I can't shuffle.
Oh, it's okay to do the other one. You don't have to do it the professional way. It took me a while to learn.
It's difficult. Honestly.
Now you're going to part them into 3. And then whichever way, you could put them back into 1. I like your rainbow ring.
Thank you.
Oh, she has them on both hands.
As a goddess should.
Mm-hmm.
She's balanced. Do you read your own cards?
No.
You know you could be a reader. It's in you.
I'm just trying to focus on I'm trying to get Goddess together first. Like, Goddess needs to be 100.
That's her
But
message.
before I can get into anything like
Else.
yes, yeah.
So basically, what I see for you, Goddess, it's basically you're a spiritual individual. Your persona is already a star. You're always going to be a star. That already came out from the beginning. But one thing is you're very giving. And it's a beautiful thing, but some people take that advantage. And it's just like, Goddess, I need this, 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 and this. And it's like, wait, what about me? And people just continue asking you for more. And it's just one of those things that we need to learn how to say no sometimes. Besides that, let's take the flow with life. Because you know what? Many beautiful things are going to open up, but you're a mental person. So when I mean mental, it's just like when it gets into your head, it'll take you off your Rogaine. Not Rogaine.
I was like, wait, hold on.
Who's on Rogaine?
Who's on Rogaine?
I
Never.
got you. That's very, very true.
So besides that, we'll suggest a couple of things later, but we need to calm the mind, because once it gets in your mind, it's like you're going on the right track and then you get derailed. But we need to get back into it. But your friends and stuff like that, very joyous and stuff like that. And I don't know what new plans you're trying to plan. There's a new project coming out, manifestation, that you're not going to even expect. But we probably know what it is. With your relationship right now, it's a beautiful thing. This individual is like your Prince Charming.
Yes.
And it brings that beautiful, childish side of you, like Bam Bam and Pebbles.
Yeah.
Sometimes you clash, but you understand each other, but it's authentic love. But you're the type of individual that once you put your mind on something, nothing's going to stop you. And it's like right now, this plan that you have, and I see it in your future, it's going to come through. But don't let the other queens try to psych you out, because you already have your game.
Yeah.
A, B, C. They're going to try to tell you X, Y, and Z. And it's even in the present moment, too. Because it's like your persona is so big, it intimidates people.
I've heard that.
And it's just everything you've invested in yourself, and I'm getting chills, Miha. So it's just one of those things. Everything you've invested, you're going to see the fruitfulness of it, but we need to have patience.
Yeah. That's my biggest problem. Really.
But it's because of the mind.
Yes.
Because you psych yourself out, and it's like, no, I want it now.
Yep.
And then it's like, wait, it happens 2 months later, and you're happy that it happens, but at that moment, you want it now.
Yes. Yes.
Again, your partner is a beautiful person. He's a giver. He's going to push you to wherever you're going to go to. But there's something coming that you're going to not expect, but you already know what it is. But we just have to be a little patient.
Yes. Yes.
And you're such a hard worker with everything you do. Let's keep on working. Because no matter if it doesn't happen this year, it might happen next year.
Oh yeah, I'm never gonna stop pushing myself.
But it's just one of those
For
things.
an
Sometimes you
opportunity.
psych yourself out. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, fuck, I couldn't do it. Oh, it's not for me. No, it is
Yeah.
for you, and it's coming.
Like overthinking it.
Yes.
Like, is this, was this enough, or did you do this correctly, or is this, you know, is this what what's expected or?
So with everything I've
God.
said, how does that sound?
It sounds right. A lot of it sounds like dead on. To be really honest, like
Thank you. Is this Gato the real deal?
It feels like it. It feels like it to me because
No, because this is the first time I'm doing like a public read on Instagram. I usually don't do it. I don't
Yeah.
like doing reads. If I get paid, of course.
oh yeah,
That's a different story. But like this is an
He's got that coin.
yeah, that point. But it's just getting that thing. It's just we have to have patience and we'll move forward. And I see a lot of beautiful things coming for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm fighting for it. You know, like
Yeah.
that's.
But
like,
the thing
like,
is
I'm
that
a-
you
I'm
don't
a
have to.
worker.
But
you,
the
you
thing
know what? Like for me, it's because with me being raised in my family, I look up to them. You know, so it's like I feel like with what I'm doing, I need to be on point because you have a lot of people before you like that have done so many amazing things, like not just in my family, but people that that I grew up around, like family friends and stuff like that. People were like politicians and get like doctorates and all these like different things, and I'm like, you know what, they put their 100% effort into that. They're in school, like they've gone to school, they've been doing school 10 years, 15 years, and like doing all these different things, and I'm like, you know what I'm doing I need to be 100% on what I'm doing because nobody else, they wouldn't have gotten what they've gotten, and they wouldn't be living like their life if they did not give 100%. So you need to always keep in your mind 100%, but also that is like my little downfall because then I start overthinking and like,
Yeah.
is this,
Your mind
Yeah.
is a dangerous place.
Mhm.
But besides that, it's just remember, I told you from the beginning, you're a star. Your persona is a star. Wherever you go, you're always going to shine. People are not going to like that. Just to go back to the question before about the hate and whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, or the negativity, who gives a fuck?
Well, that's true.
Just like how Jinx Monsoon says,
Water off a duck's bag.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
that should be your motto.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
the Jinx, not be Jinx.
Oh
but,
yeah.
But it's just one of those things. It just let it fly. Because again, mentally, you always psych yourself out.
I do get to that sometimes.
And this new venture that's going to come, it's going to come unexpected when you least expect it. But the thing is that sometimes you focus too much on your past and what the future you want. Let's live in the
Yeah.
now and let's move forward.
Yeah.
Because you've dealt with a couple of heartbreaks, not even like recently, but it's just one of those things we need to heal from that.
Yeah.
Because I feel that some people have hired you and have played you.
What do you mean?
In the sense that like they'll be like, oh yeah, there's this gig, blah 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 blah. You show up all glamorous, and then they psych you out. Like what they've promised, they haven't fulfilled.
Not necessarily. I haven't had that. Not that I can remember, at least. Gig wise, this reminded me of something. Is a family situation.
All right.
That's feeling like family situations.
But besides that, financially, don't worry. The juggle's for right now, but you're gonna blossom and you're gonna get to a point that you're just gonna be successful, and coins are not gonna be such a big
Yeah.
problem for you, and it's gonna be an abundance for you.
Yeah. It's like that's what we need.
So, is there any questions you have that you were interested in?
No, I'm enjoying this. Could you explain the cards more to me? I guess.
Like
I
in what
love,
sense?
I love I don't know, just like how I just love like learning and like
Also-
seeing like what things like what they mean and stuff.
Not a
like
problem.
That,
The Seven of Wands, usually for me, that means it's like if you see the guy, he's on top of the world, but he's fighting the world. But technically, sometimes we feel like we're fighting the world, but we're only fighting ourselves. So the Four of Cups in this situation, you know how it looks like a spiritual hand giving you something? You're too focused on what's in front of you, but you don't even know the gifts that the universe is giving you. The Five of Swords, if you see this individual, everyone has a different interpretation, but sometimes I consider one of them to be your past, one to be in your future, and one to be now. So it's just like we're too focused on everything else going on, but we're not focused on the now and seeing the success and the steps that we're taking.
Yeah.
The Three of Swords, self-explanatory. We have some hurt that we're dealing with, and we will overcome it, but it takes time to deal with it.
Yeah.
The Two of Pentacles is, you see the individual like juggling the money. It's just like, yes, right now we might just be juggling, but it's just we're creating it for ourselves.
Yeah.
And the sun is just like the star. You'll always shine bright.
I love that. Wow.
And then like the Ten of Pentacles, it's abundant.
Coins.
The coins will always be.
Coins, okay.
And it's just like you have a future plan. Just keep focused on what you want to do.
It's nice to hear things like that. You have to like.
And I don't know her
You have
from
to
a hole in the
actually
wall.
You have to actually hear it to like feel it, because being stuck in your mind, you don't realize that you do sort of like self-sabotage yourself, not being able to see what everybody else can see, you know. But that's why I love having. That's why I have certain people around me, like the people that I'm really close with. I love having them around me because they are the people that
Push you.
and like get me out of that, like get me out of that like state of mind where it's just like, okay, I need to like this, like it needs like anxiety almost kind of thing, like.
But just to let you know, I'm always available if you need me.
Yes, I love that. Thank you.
You just made a new friend.
Thank you.
I am gonna
I
come
love
and
it.
visit you whenever the next performance is.
Oh,
She had a performance last
I'm
night.
expecting everybody, so.
Yes. But it's just one. But it's just one of those things that your aura. Again, you're just a beautiful person.
Thank you.
Not physically. It's like physically, internally, spiritually, emotionally. It's like you're in a better place now that you were a couple of years ago.
I'll
Yes.
second that.
And you've been moving forward so much. There's no wall for you.
I'm making sure there's no wall.
No, but the thing
I
is,
love it.
just be careful. You can be your own wall.
You see this? That's what I need. You see, you need. I need that. I need things that like that in my head. Like I love things like that.
Yeah.
To like realize it, to understand it. Like you can push, but you still need to have balance.
Yes.
And
But it's
I
just
got my balance.
Yep. But sometimes we don't listen to our balance because we have our balance. But then it's just we're so stubborn. It's like, no, it has to be this way. It has to be this way. It has to be this way.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it's like, fuck, I should have listened to them. So, yeah. How much time do we have?
About 13 minutes.
Okay, we have 13 minutes. Any questions in the public or audience or whatever? Or Instagram? I can't see.
I have a question.
Yes, Divine Diva.
What is, if you, no limitations on the question, okay? So don't put your mind to it. What, if you could do anything with this, this career, what is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to be able to open a rec center, sort of like a rec center or like activity center for my community. A safe passage. One of my friends just started a nonprofit organization. And I told him, like, straight up, I was like, I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to be that person too. I'm going to invest in this. You have that nonprofit. I want to be able to give a space so that when you have events like holiday events for people who don't have homes, or LGBT, teens and like young adults that have got kicked out or that are homeless, when you have things like that, you need to have a space for that. You need to have a space to where if something really does go wrong and people have nowhere to stay, people can do that. I started doing drag in a nonprofit organization, like a youth organization. So my first like 50 shows were just all like benefit shows for that like organization. We were doing proms and
Is that local?
dinners.
Not to cut you off, but I don't know that a lot of people know. I just learned that there's a youth organization that holds things like that.
Yes. So there was. I'm not sure if they're still doing it.
That's awesome. By
Yes,
the way.
but with the nonprofit that my friend is doing, he wants to do things like that as
Similar.
well.
That's so cool.
He wants to be able to like give things to like to high school students to be able to like buy stuff for their proms and like all these like different things, and also like do events for them as well if they can't afford to go to prom, or if they can't, or if like different situations like. I just love doing that. So I just really want to be able to like make a difference. Like I want to be a positive voice, period. So positive voice for anything, for women, for men, for transsexuals, for all of us. Like I just want to be a positive voice in general. But it really does, like our youth is it really is the future. Like we grew up not knowing how to balance checkbooks, not knowing how to use a credit card, not knowing that when you apply for financial aid or when you apply for loans, you're going to be in debt for probably half of your life. We all grow up not knowing that stuff. And why is there not a place or like an outlet that people can actually go there and get that education or have those tools before you like venture into the world? We need to like remember the teenagers need to be the ones like fixed so that we can get out of this like funk that every generation has been going through. Generations before us all in debt, but they don't explain to us why exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They would keep it secret, and then the last generation was like a little bit more open. Now our generation, we're just kind of like, well, everybody's gonna know about what's going on now. Like, like we're at the point where it's like we ain't about to have this for our kids at this point. Like, if we're experiencing this, we're not going to let our kids experience that. Our parents didn't have that openness from their parents. Because parents back in the day were just like, you stay in a child's place. And that's how my parents were. I stayed in a child's place until I was 18 years old. But becoming an adult at 18 years old, it's the hardest thing for you to do, especially when you want to just venture out. And I moved out from my parents' house at 18. So, I just went right into adulthood, not understanding what I was getting myself into. And to be able to be a voice for people to learn that and to, like, see, like, hey, accepting your child is going to make the biggest difference in their life, Showing your child how to save money is going to make the biggest difference in their life. Showing your child that just because someone else looks different or sounds different is fine. That will make the biggest difference in these people growing up, and then changing the next generation. In this freaking world, it's crazy. It's messed up. Like we have a lot of like nasty, negative things happening now at this point, and we need to be able to bring people up, continue to bring people up that are going to change that, and not just keep it the way that it is, because this world ain't cute.
It's breaking the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a cycle that's been built, and no one knows that we're in that web, and we just have to break it.
Yes, but we're learning. We're
Yes.
learning now how to get out of it.
And the beautiful thing is that you're awakened and you have a purpose.
Yes.
And you're gonna obtain it.
Yes.
But we need to get out of our heads.
Mm-hmm.
I should text a message you on Instagram. Get out of your head.
Right?
Get out of your head.
Every couple days.
Are you in your head? I feel you in your head. Get out of your head.
Record it for her. So
Yes.
that way.
Get out of your head. So, we're good?
No new questions have been posted. You're getting some good smiley faces.
Cool.
Hey, people are loving it.
So Instagram, thank you for the love. This was the Kiki Hour with Goddess Isis, my first guest, and it was a blessing that she said yes to me. So
Invited me.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm
really
I'm
nice.
happy that I got out of my comfort zone. Instead of posting, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna message you,
Couldn't have been any better.
and I just enjoyed this time. This is gonna be something monthly. I think next month I'm doing Switzerland, the country or whatever, with Edith No, I'm sorry. Evelyn Edith. So we'll be on, it's a 6-hour difference, so I really don't know the time yet. But thank you so much. You got an example of what the Kiki Hour is with Gato Divino. If you are a drag queen and want to participate and you're in the Jersey area or New York area, we can make this happen. And if anything, you can also reach out to me, DM me. That's what they use on Instagram. DM me.
Slide in the DMs.
Slide a DM?
Slide in the
Oh,
DM.
sliding in the DM and let me know if you want to participate. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis. I see a bright future for you, and I will message you every couple of days.
Yes.
Get out of your head.
Get out of your head.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Instagram.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, and? Senior citizen. Hold on one second.
Oh, there it is. I'm looking down here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's at the top.